Hello and good day to you. Please wait while I just get myself ready. Anybody love that music? It's Vivaldi, Four Seasons, and it is a piece of music that you'll probably be familiar with if you have phoned the DWP, because that is the wait music for when you phone and you don't get put through. You end up with this Vivaldi Four Seasons, a 30-second clip, and it's played over and over and over. It's been there since 2006, and finally it's going to be removed and replaced. So yes, this lovely, fantastic music is no longer the soundtrack. When you phone the DWP, it's the waiting music, the hold music on the telephone line. And it essentially is a 30-second clip of the spring section of the Italian composer's classic concerto. And it's been there for more than a decade. Often driving them to pull their hair out. Officials finally decided to ditch the track after discovering some callers found it very, very disturbing. Millions of claimants put on hold while trying to speak to DWP staff have been subjected to millions of hours of Vivaldi, and not just the whole concerto, but just the 30-second clip. So the benefits hotline drops the anxiety-inducing Vivaldi clip. Thank God for that. I know, I had a recent call to phone, and it did my head in. It really did. And then you've got the interspersed recorded message, which is, we value your... we value your call, please hang on. And I mean, that just does your head in too. So the obviously the official average helpline on hold time is 8 minutes apparently, but waiting times can be up to 1 hour, meaning callers could hear that snippet dozens of times. It's not uncommon for callers unable to hang on to be Vivaldi'd out to abandon calls altogether because of it. Now, Vivaldi is being replaced by a 20-minute mix of 8 unnamed musical tracks that according to the DWP, aims to reduce anxiety and ensure the experience of waiting is as far as possible relaxing by evoking a steady, neutral pace and reducing the issue of repetition. Oh dear. They said that they tested it with claimants in job centres and they overwhelmingly preferred it. Well, I think you did prefer this tone rather than just the Vivaldi. It was seen as more calming and peaceful and light. One person said, I loved the Four Seasons. What? Crazy.
What are you, some kind of nutcase?
I loved the Four Seasons. It's a lovely piece of music, but most preferred the new music. And of course, in classic DWP fashion, the choice of the Vivaldi track was as a Freedom of Information request revealed 8 years ago, driven by the desire to obtain a cost-effective solution. It had obtained a group-wide license to play the music for free. Any alternatives would, it concluded, have cost the taxpayer money, and they're worried about wasting money. You know, they're going to waste 500 million on rollback of UCs, and they're worried about a few quid for music. There appeared to be little consideration as to whether the work's intended pastoral evocation of murmuring streams softly caressing breezes and flower-strewn meadows would have a positive psychological effect on stressed benefit claimants hovering on the edge of destitution in 20th century Britain. The Vivaldi loop quickly became a talking point amongst callers, and not always positively. Although some found it pleasantly soporific, others found it a jarring reminder that their own critical problem, non-payment of universal credit perhaps, was not being regarded with quite the same urgency by the DWP. 5 years after its introduction, a welfare rights advisor suggested a key skill for anyone wishing to join their profession should include the ability, while on the phone, to refrain from turning at your colleagues and saying, "If I hear Vivaldi's Four Seasons one more effing time..." An unsuccessful online parliamentary petition was lodged in 2014, demanding that the DWP scrapped the Four Seasons. Anyone who rings the DWP with a query has to listen to Vivaldi Spring on repeat for 45 minutes. It's being unemployed or disabled was a choice. People will get jobs just so that they don't have to listen to it anymore, he said. Caller's experience was captured in the Channel 4 documentary called Skint, which recorded the despair of blind universal credit claimant David, who had been left with £5 to his last a month after his benefits were sanctioned. He was filmed in Middlesbrough phone box, sobbing to the strains of Spring after officials put him on hold. Oh God! The charity would occasionally discuss possible alternatives to Vivaldi. Suggestions included "You Keep Me Hanging On," Cliff Richard's "We Don't Talk Anymore," and Blondie's "Hanging on the Telephone Line." Anyway, have you enjoyed that? And thank God, Vivaldi is no more. Bye for now.